And welcome everyone to Gate to Wire. I'm Bruce Casella along with Danny Gibson. Our special guest is Glen Bennett from LC Racing. Welcome to Gate to Wire, Glen.
Thanks, Bruce. Thanks, Danny.
Glen.
Hey, first of all, we got to get to our horse Kappa Kappa and an amazing experience at Keeneland this past weekend. Tell us about your experience in the Raven Run and all that led up to it.
Well, I mean, led up to it, she's just been a great horse. You know, she had a few issues when she was a 2-year-old, so we didn't get her going until, mid three. But she ran big first time out of Parks. Second time out, she was acting up a bit, didn't want to go in the gate and had a fit. And we ran her long that time, and she ended up running second, so that was okay. And then she ran big again. So we figure, the 7 furlong race, the timing was pretty good. It was, 29 days, I think. And why not take a shot? Her numbers fit with the rest of the field. Obviously, the tote board down there, nobody thought we had a chance, which kind of surprised me a little bit. But the whole experience was great, though. I've never been there, and obviously, you guys have been there a bunch of times. But we had a great time. I brought friends, one of my daughters, and worked out really well, obviously. So, and the race itself was awesome. It wasn't, to fight back at the wire like that was really encouraging. That's for sure for the future.
What an experience to have at 27-1 and get a jockey Hall of Famer, Johnny V. That's amazing.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he did a great job with her. He ran her perfect. He was on Maximus Meridius before, and he was perfect on him too. I mean, just to make everything work out. So, couldn't have been better. I mean, she was late switching leads. Johnny pulled her inside a little bit, then went back out, and that's when she switched, and then she took off and, got him at the wire. So instead of getting nailed at the wire, we were the nailer, right?
Yeah.
In the nailee, which happens too many times, right, Danny?
Oh, it was such a great race. How fun was that to be there with your daughter? And she brought her boyfriend, and it was her sorority where you guys got the really cute name Kappa Kappa.
Yeah, that was actually her younger sister, but
Okay.
Brielle's with me. She's the middle one, and the younger ones, it was the Kappa Kappa Gamma girl. But she was actually at the hunt in New Jersey, that steeplechase or wherever the
Yeah,
jumpers.
yeah.
Yeah, she's up there for a party every year with the Villanova people, so that's why she wasn't there. And the oldest Sammy had something to do too. So Bree was the only one that got there, but it was cool, and it's fun when a name works out. Because as you know, you name them after friends and family and stuff. And I can't get one right naming them after my dad. That's it's fun when
Well,
it works.
that leads me to my next question. We love your names. We've had Coach Bennett after your dad, and you have some pretty cool names. Who is Tough Guy Tony? Who's Tony?
That's so great. You asked about him. So Tough Guy Tony's a real good friend through work. He sells to us. He works for a gigantic company, Asably, and he sells to us. And him and I were arguing about something one day. And I'm vertically challenged, but he's shorter than me. So he's always got an attitude, and he's yelling at me about something that we didn't do for him or whatever. And I go, oh, you're a tough guy, huh? He goes, yeah, I'm a tough guy. I go, tough guy Tony? He goes, yeah, tough guy Tony. I go, I'm naming a horse that. And that's how that came about. And now he's all pumped up about it and all. So. But whenever we're out somewhere and somebody says something weird or stupid or whatever, I write it down and I'm like, oh, that could be a horse name. Like Buff Gary just recently
Yes.
was on a Notre Dame trip with a bunch of guys, and we were talking about him and working out, and he does all this crazy stuff where they did a 49-day from like California riding to New Jersey. Like he does weird stuff. And this time they were doing a contest, a bodybuilding contest. So I'm like, somebody started calling him Buff Gary, and that's how that one came about.
Well, I love it because these are 2-year-olds that our fans can watch right now. Tough Guy Tony just won, and Buff Gary has been working great. So can't wait to root those guys on.
Yeah, and I've named them after my kids and all, a bunch of different things. Morning Matcha, that was Gia comes in. They were down the shore. She comes in with his green drink. I'm like, what is that? She's like, that's my morning matcha, Dad. And I was like, that's how that one came about. She won $1 million, so that was a good one. But
that's great.
I tried with Coach Bennett a couple times, and we'll see if the second Coach Bennett's going to get there, hopefully soon. But been a challenge. Get a good one for my dad.
Maybe you're saving that one for the Kentucky Derby. down
Yeah,
the
that
road.
would be nice.
Would that be
Yeah,
awesome?
yeah, that Bookham Dano brother that's coming along there, get him out there.
Great, great. Glenn, tell me how you got involved with horse racing. Why the game?
So I got involved with my dad always loved it. I grew up with it through him. We used to go was it Brandywine down in Delaware, the Trotters and all that. That's how I got started into it. It never really turned me on that much. Larry Saletti, who owned TrueFit, who passed away in 2012. He's the only job I've ever had was working for him. And I got a big portrait on my wall to the left there that you can't see. But he owned racehorses, and when he passed, I got some of my friends to just chip in and buy them off the estate. And I said, we'll probably lose the money, but we'll have fun. And that's exactly what happened. But, it was like I had Todd Hermans from the Eagles, Shane from the Phillies, a couple other guys that were, I think Bernard Hopkins was involved a little bit. And, it's just guys that we had fun with, and it just didn't work out. But then I got hooked on it, and then I kept going. Then I met Butch. And then it just kept going. And then I met Chuck, and that's when it started really getting into the big time. And Chuck and I are partners on 50 horses or something like that. And now I
When
got
I looked up some of the partnerships that you've had on Equibase, I think I counted 52 that LC Racing's been involved in. Just all the different names, because every time you have a different partnership, obviously with licensing, but 52, that's a lot.
Well, I mean, you know how it is, Danny. I don't want to be there just rooting by myself, right?
Yeah.
It's more fun to have partners. And the way I look at it is, if I have, 20 horses by myself and I could have 40 or 50 by having partners, then I'd rather have the chance it's all about getting to those big races. I mean, that was awesome down in Keeneland, no doubt. But, the Derby and those kind of things are just, that's the dream, obviously. So.
You will be in there one day. You've
I
had a
hope
lot of exciting wins. Is there any one moment other than the Raven run that you just won with Kappa Kappa that really stands out, that's like a memory you'd like to go back to?
Yeah, Maximus, when he ran up in New York and won that big race, I mean, that was we really were thinking he had a shot for the Derby, like for real, besides
Yeah.
making it to actually win. And they were giving him lots of accolades and all, and had a good shot, and then got hurt with that soft tissue, bota tendon or whatever he did.
Yep, that's
And
exactly it.
but that was heartbreaking. I mean, that messed me up for months. I'm not kidding. So as you know, the highs are super high, like Saturday, but the lows are really low at times. I mean, it beats you up.
Did you ever think he'd be such an incredible sire in the thoroughbred industry? I mean, we see so many of his babies now, Maximus Mischief babies, going on and doing great things. You have a bunch. I have one that won a few races. I mean, they are really incredible at lots of talent.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really surprised, son of Into Mischief, and he was such a big, good-looking horse, and he had tons of speed too for the size. He'd get out of the gate like it was unbelievable. So, yeah, I can't say I'm surprised about it. I'm certainly happy about it, and we're definitely breeding to him and all that. Yeah, I got into that big time now too, Danny, with the breeding horses with
I
his
see.
brother Mark, who helps me out with all that. So. But
You have the two geniuses. Butch is a master, and Mark is a genius at picking them out at the sales. I mean, he was a great conditioner as well, but now he's retired. But I mean, you have two masters guiding you through, that's for sure.
I think Ginny and Brian are the two smartest ones of the bunch. I'm
Yeah.
Barb is probably the smartest one of all, to tell you the truth. So
I love it.
the whole family affair here. It's great. They're great people, and they're literally like my family. So we're having
They
fun
love
with it.
you.
That's for sure.
Glenn, tell us about your family a little bit, and also about your business.
So my family, I have three daughters. The oldest one works for me here in Pennsauken and for Unified Door and Hardware. And my middle one, she's back at Villanova to be a nurse practitioner. And the youngest one is a sophomore at Villanova. And she's at the moment hoping to be a doctor. So we'll see. I mean, that's a long haul, but we'll see how that plays out. And as far as business goes, I'm married to Gina. You guys don't see her too much because she doesn't come to that many of the races, but she likes the big ones. And then, my mom and dad and my in-laws are around, and everybody's good. And, we try to have parties over there when we can at park. So, that's worked out real well. And the business, we're a door frame hardware company. We do some security and Division 10. We do big buildings. We do all the high rises in Philly. We did the Freedom Tower in New York. So we do big stuff. And we've gotten sold a few times, and Lowe's just bought us. That's why I was showing you the bucket beforehand. So now we're owed by Lowe's, which is
Pretty
interesting
cool.
and very, very good, obviously.
Glenn, you
Well,
love your sports. Besides horse racing, you go to a lot of I've been to an Eagles game with you. So what's your favorite Philly sports?
Well, I mean, football to me is that's the sport of choice for me. But yeah, I mean, I like them all, and obviously the playoffs is super fun with whatever is that. Baseball's great too. Um, so I enjoy them all. We have suites at a couple of the stadiums.
do the Eagles do they have a chance for a Super Bowl again this year? I mean, they
I think
started off
so.
pretty well in the win column, but they've got a lot of holes to fill, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, last year they had a little slump and then they came back strong. I think they'll be fine. But Saquon will get it going. But yeah, big fan of them. I think they'll be all right.
I was talking to Butch this morning about some of the millionaire earners that you've had, Smooth B, Morning Matcha, Disco Ebo, and they all kind of came from one family line, Fat Cat. She
Yeah,
started it all. What a
yeah,
cool mare, and you must have so much respect for her.
yeah. Katarika Disco's the mayor, the mom, and then Fat Cat was one of the babies
Oh,
that
okay.
or not baby, one of the
Yeah,
daughters, if you will, Phillies. So yeah, they all have won like hundreds of thousands of dollars up to Smooth being the millionaire, and it's just amazing. So we were fortunate enough to buy them all for the most part. So, and then we bought one just recently off of one of the Disco Deja Vu, the one that we didn't have because I think she was a little crooked or some reason why we didn't get her, but we have her baby now. We just bought it to sell.
that's
So
awesome.
getting old when I start saying stuff like that, right?
I know when you have lineage of the horses, it's pretty cool. That
Yeah.
means you've put a lot of stock in the game. I love it.
Oh, I look at them all the time. I mean, I just can't help myself. But
Well, Glenn, I hope we can get to the Kentucky Derby. That will be amazing, and have a horse that's named after your dad, the coach.
I hope so. I mean, that was always the goal. But we'll get one there sooner or later.
That
Yeah,
will
we
be
will.
special. And
And
well,
just want to turning for home, you've always been a huge supporter of, and we always
Sure.
appreciate that. You're always a big sponsor, and you've donated a lot of really nice horses to Turning for Home. So we just thank you for supporting our aftercare here.
That's my pleasure. I mean, we get so much fun out of them. Let's help them live a long life and good life and all that. So yeah, Smooth. I don't know what we're doing with him. We're gonna have to put him up in like the Four Seasons or something.
Oh yeah, I
He's
know
gonna be
Ginny does not want to let him go. He's definitely
yeah,
the barn pet, so
yeah,
he'll
yeah.
he'll do something cool.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. And I named him after one of the guys that work here. We've had fun with that for the last 7 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah, pretty cool.
all right, Glenn. Well, thanks for joining us on Gate to Wire. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. If you guys are over there, I'm going to try to run over today and hopefully see a winner
Yep,
if possible. See what
I'll
happens.
be
90%
there.
Maddie. Project Maximus was taking a really nice nap this morning in the barn at about 6:30, so all resting up.
Gotcha. Yeah, she's hopefully is a nice one, and she's named after this project that's at work to put in this new ERP system and all. Like I'm looking across at a sign, Project Maximus, empowering the future of our business. Like there, all these Project Maximus signs are everywhere. And Ryan, my buddy Ryan, he's actually in
Yep.
charge of it. So it's pretty interesting. He played the one clip for the group recently when she won by 7 or 8, whatever it was.
Oh, that's so
So yeah,
cool.
it's pretty cool.
So
So
lots of horse racing fans at True Fit door there.
that's right.
Pretty
Yep, no
cool.
doubt.
All right, Glenn. We'll see you in the winner's circle.
Sounds good. Look forward to it. Thanks, guys.